Okay guys, I'm back. Hopefully my message from before wasn't cut short. If it was, I apologize. This is my new phone that I'm on now. My old phone was having like technical issues, and I still use it, but like it sometimes does weird things. So if you did watch the very most previous video, it was all about leadership roles, working with the community, and being fearless and remembering our other timelines. And that leads to the message that I'm going to do right now. But in summary of the other one, we're just getting so much cosmic support right now, which is so beautiful. And for those of us who've been in spiritual practice for years, I can tell you, for the collective who are remembering right now, we're all remembering on different levels, okay? But some have been in this work for years, okay? And I have been in this work for years. I can tell you that the cosmic support right now is just so much and so helpful and so important, and is going to make it so energetically easy for you to remember, even though it may be a lot to process. I'll put it like that. But the good news is some of us have been doing this for years, so we can support and encourage, okay? So two things that I was hearing for this message. One is the beauty in all people, and one is why we're remembering our leadership lifetimes, okay? And some of you may be remembering like just common lifetimes right now, but you may also find that you're going to start remembering these like extraordinary lifetimes, okay? So I got a download last night about this, and when it happens, it'll just come like a flash of information. And essentially what my guides showed me was, they used me as an example, but also others that I know who are remembering their leadership lifetimes, but not just that, okay? How can I put the spirit? Okay. Because they want to say it in a way that is not causing fear. They want to say it in a way that is encouraging you and reassuring you that we are actually succeeding here. They said to me, the reason you have remembered your leadership lifetimes, Miranda, and this would apply to anyone else who's remembering their leadership lifetimes, okay, is because you will lead humanity in love through your example, in community, and interactions with others. I feel so much energy coming through right now. I'm not the only one. There are many remembering, and we will all help each other like pillars, okay? They're showing me like a big, beautiful temple, okay? Like a temple, like the temple of Athena. Yeah, they're even saying like the Parthenon, okay? Parthenon. But they're saying each column in that structure is part of what makes it whole. Yes. And that's why they want to talk about the beauty in all people, but they want to say something else, okay? One of the things that they have shown me over the years is how many times I have been through the rise and the fall of civilizations. Yes. Thoth, one of my primary guides, has taught me this, that the rise and the fall is always relevant. Even the fall and the rise, the descent and the ascent, okay? Within ourselves and also culturally and collectively, okay? And then he's been teaching me this for years in lots of different ways, and he'll always bring it up, but he'll find a way for it to tie into everything. So there's so much wisdom there, okay? But what he essentially said last night was, this is why, Miranda. This is why you guys have been through significant collapses and rebuildings. You watched Atlantis fall and rebuilt civilization after it. You watched the rise and the fall. You watched your father ascend with the Maya and stood with the civilization, with the people who remained, and it was a pillar of light, okay? What he's saying, and I'm saying this through me to you, okay, for you guys who are remembering the fall of certain civilizations. 444, as I said that, the reason they're letting you see that is because, not because of the fall of it, but because we stayed and rebuilt. Yes. This is also why some regions are allowed to experience catastrophe. I'm being reminded of Katrina when it hit here. I'm from the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, and we live in New Orleans now, you know, but both areas were catastrophically hit by that storm, and we rebuilt. And we came together as a community, and we loved each other, and we found ways to get each other's homes back in order, okay? And also, you know, one of the things that happens after storms is, like with my neighbors here, when we got hit by Ida, it was also a catastrophic storm. You know, my little neighborhood where we live, I just love it so much, but we all brought each other food. We helped each other with our generators. We just kind of like, especially we have some older ones in our neighborhood. We just kept checking on each other, making sure they're not getting too hot, you guys, things like that. Okay. Those experiences, if you look at the grand organization of it or infrastructure of it, are leading us to learn how to work as a community, okay? And how to come together with what resources we do have, and each bringing something to the table and stand together. Yes, so what he said to me last night was basically, you have rebuilt many times, and all of you who hear this, if you're hearing this, it's because you're one of these, okay? The reason you experienced catastrophe in your life, any kind, whether your whole personal life fell apart, what we sometimes call the dark night of the soul, the reason we go through that is for this right now, because we know how to put ourselves back together. They're telling me to show you my Humpty Dumpty. The kids love it. My kids love it. So this is my little Humpty Dumpty. He came to me after a dream I had from my great-grandfather, who showed me himself like Humpty Dumpty. And he was being stretched in every direction. And my great-grandfather was a very spiritual man. And we do come from a line of very spiritual people. A lot of ministers in my family line, a lot of little churches, like a lot of my grandparents had their own little churches, did a lot of missionary work. I've done ministry work most of my life. He was really special. And he showed me this, and he showed he was being stretched in such an unusual way. And I still get messages about that dream. I don't have the full understanding of that dream yet, but I have some of it. But one of them was Humpty Dumpty, okay? And what he said to me, and when I found this, it was my confirmation from Spirit, okay? What he said to me was about the queen, okay? It was about the feminine. He said there's some important things about this message with Humpty Dumpty that people don't realize, okay? And one of them, if you remember, the people that went through the medieval times and even some of the time after that, after the burning of the witches, after the burning of the books, okay? 808, as I said that, those people had to find ways, encoded messages to tell the truth. Nursery rhymes, card games, any kind of way they could tell the story of what really happened, okay? Humpty Dumpty, believe it or not, from the way my grandfather taught it to me, is one of those ways. Because he said, don't you notice? He said, all the king's horses, all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Nothing they could do from the men side, from the masculine side, would fix what broke him, okay? It was a feminine energy that had to come in to repair this. And also, he told me, only Humpty could put himself together again. Only he could do it. And this was a lesson I learned in myself and also in others, is that right now, it's the feminine energy that's going to help everyone heal. It's not because we don't need the masculine, we do. But right now, we need her gifting. And she exists within all of us, whether we're male or female. We have her energy. So we need her right now, okay? But also, we need to recognize that nobody can heal us but us. Let's see, you guys. Okay. Guys, truth. You see that? I know it's a little blurry. Sorry. This isn't my normal phone. It says truth. I don't know if you can see that. Take the mask off. And if you look at the mask, it's masculine, but underneath is the feminine. Look. Do you see that? Oh my God. Wow. What a confirmation. Yep. We are weaving, sacred weavers. It's very much womb energy, you guys. This is Spirit's way of confirming what I'm telling you, okay? What do you want to say? Sekhmet, she's one of my personal guides. Protection. We are being heavily guarded. The Lyrans, you guys, when they entered, I felt it. And I got a vision of Jesus, and he had a lion like aura over him, like the aura of a lion. And I could feel the intensity of their, like, what I'm going to call, I hate to call them battleships, because they are a wise and advanced collective. So they are not seeking a battle, but they are fierce warriors, and they do know how to protect. And you can feel that intensity when they come in. When their collective comes in, it's different from the Arcturians. It's different from the Pleiadians. It's different from the Avians, the Mayans, the Lemurians. They all have their own vibe, and the warrior vibe comes in with the Lyrans. They are fierce, right? We are being very protected right now through this sacred weaving, through this healing that we're doing inside. So that we can show our feminine power. Okay. What else do you guys want me to say about that? They want to talk about the beauty of all. And so they're reminding me of something my grandpa and my grandma taught me. Okay. So grandpa, great grandpa, who taught me the story of Humpty Dumpty through my dream, he used to tell me, and I have a letter he wrote me from when I was probably 19. I saved it. I'm so glad I did, because he's crossed over, of course, now, and I go back and I read his letters. He said that humanity is like a bouquet of flowers, each one being uniquely different, a different color, different shaped petals, grows in different regions, each having its own unique properties, but together we make a beautiful bouquet. He taught me that. And my grandmother, his daughter, wow, this is beautiful. Delight. The dandelion. The dandelion, by the way, is always a symbol of the Lyrans for me. Some say Lyra. It doesn't matter to me. Lyra, whatever you say. Dandelions is one of their symbols. It's how they taught me about the Lion of Judah. And it's also the symbolism of wishing. And your wish is coming true. And they're supporting us in this. But my grandmother, his daughter, she used to tell me there's something beautiful about everyone. She said, if you really look at any soul, any person who you're at the grocery store and you may cross, the path of 10 people, 1313, as I said this. This is a Magdalene teaching, okay? We can see the beauty in all. We can see their soul. We see beyond the physical, okay? She said, if you look at every person, you can see something about them that's beautiful. And right now, I feel, I feel that everyone needs to feel needed right now. Support. And it's because they're saying they're lonely and they feel isolated, and that is sometimes part of awakening. But when the collective realizes that they're all going through it together, that's going to help them not feel so alone, okay? Also, when we make these videos and we talk about it, that helps people too. But yesterday, was it? I don't know who I was talking to yesterday. Someone. They were talking about that. Oh, it was in the session I did yesterday. The higher self of my client said, think about the lonely people. That's literally what her higher self said. Awareness. Okay? Awareness. And what I'm feeling is that everyone is needed, but they need to feel needed. Does that make sense? And compassion. See the light in yourself and others. Also, forgiveness is on here. So forgiveness truly is divine, okay? Because not only is it a kindness to the other person, but it is mostly kind to yourself. Because when you forgive what has been done to you, you can let go and rise. And you can begin to see the potential of all people, even the people that harmed you, okay? Actually, this was a huge crossover for me when I forgave my ex-husband in the spirit for all the things that he put me through. And Jesus is the one that taught me to do it. He's the one that came to me and said, listen, you need to forgive him. It's not because what he did was right. It's because of you and what that anger is doing to you. And he was right. He taught me. He humbled me and he taught me. And this is my way of sending love to you. Forgive them. Do just like what he did. He said, forgive them. They know not what they do. Just forgive them because you're rising, okay? Celebration. You're rising. You need to know that. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success. Enjoy your achievements. This is powerful. Very powerful. Yes. Discernment keeps coming up. So I'm going to show it. Discernment. Okay. Use your discernment, guys. Some visions right now are not for everyone. There's visions I have that I don't share yet. When it's time, you'll know. Okay. Believe that you are lovable. For some, I'm feeling romantic. For others, it's that you're going to learn how to love yourself. So it's a mixed message, but both are important. Yeah. Believe that you are lovable. I think it's hardest to love yourself for most people. So that would be a really powerful breakthrough for any who have struggled with self-love. Yeah, that's very important. I'm going to show this one again. See the butterflies? See the transformation? Beautiful. Yeah. This is the third or fourth time I've heard this today. Basically have balance, relax, and do more things that are fun for you. Really keep work in its place, okay? Because we're riding the waves of very intense energy and our body needs rest, and we are embodying more plasma light. And for the human body, that's a huge adjustment, but we can do it. As I've said at the beginning of this message, we have been through the fall and the rise of many nations and many civilizations. And we are the pillars. We can get through this. But we know it is a course of wisdom to self-care through it so that our bodies can make these transitions. Yes, this is, okay. So anger. And this I feel for the collective as they awaken. Any of us who've already done it, you're going to go through this, okay, where you're upset about what you see. You think you've seen the worst of it, but when you find out that even the people you thought were on your side were lying to you, okay, it's natural that you're going to be angered, okay? But what this is advising is honor your emotions, feel your emotions, okay, but apply them in a positive way. If you don't do that, if you don't transmute it, it just becomes darkness. If you get lost in the rage and the anger and you don't ever rise from it, forgive and rise, then you cannot turn it effectively back into light, which is what we do as light workers, okay? So don't get stuck in it. You are safe. They're reassuring you. Courage. Fear is an illusion. Set boundaries. You are safe. Surround yourself in your shielding. Ask the unicorns to help you. Jesus always appears to me as a Pegasus. And I feel like it's, unicorns and the Pegasus and horses in general are very sacred animals. Dragons as well. Ask for their help. They love you. They're ancient. And they have such divine wisdom and they can assist. Is there anything else you want to say about this? Sekhmet, she will protect. She is a fierce protector. She's also very beautiful. So you can ask to see her in a vision and you will adore her. She's so pretty. Her eyes sparkle. And she's a fierce protector. So ask for her help. Remember, we are weaving something bigger here. And the bigger story is always the story. Have faith, they're saying. The truth is coming out. See, she's taking the mask off. And it's because as a collective, we can no longer tolerate the lies. And the more plasma we hold, the more that is going to resonate as it will become impossible for us to tolerate anything less than divine. Okay, so 2002, it's like a mirror as I'm saying that. So we're being very heavily calibrated right now, reattuned. Our mind is super important right now. Pay attention to your thoughts. Yeah, they're saying, don't let fearful thoughts dictate your path. That's the illusion. So just let it fall off, okay? What else do you guys want to say? Was there one more? Okay, hold on. Healing waters. They're saying pull from the healing waters. Okay. Follow the stream. Dedication, trust, future rivers and oceans. Follow the flow. I'm sorry that this is so blurry. It's my new phone and I don't know if it's the same kind of camera. Can y'all see that? Follow the flow. Gentle force. Consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. What did I just say? 111 as I said that. The big story is what we're here for. We are in this for the long haul. And I feel like the session I did yesterday was another powerful confirmation of that, where the person basically got a message that their work here is actually just beginning. And I feel this for a lot of us. We are not going anywhere. We are here to rebuild society the way it was meant to be. And we've done this many times. We can do it, okay? Yep. The water carrier, again, this goes back to the womb. What really matters, reflect and reprioritize. I feel like that's very important through awakening. As you awaken and you start remembering and you start getting all these activations in the body, you have to prioritize. You just have to, just to get through it, you know? It's just how it is, yes. Gratitude. Appreciate what is sustaining you. Look how beautiful. And then it says the sweet waters, sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, balance. So this is leading to such beauty. Look at that. And I know it's not that clear, but she's like a beautiful woman in a dress connected to the mountain and the waters. And she's like Mother Earth. She's like Mother Gaia. And it's, you know, that's what we're doing, you guys. We are expressing her. Yes, water codes, ancient wisdom, the intelligence is within you. Look how beautiful. So I feel this. Is there anything else you guys want to say about it? Work together. They're saying work together. Be compassionate with each other. Be kind. Let's not be hard with each other. We can't right now. People are going through so much. They need support. They do not need the criticism. Okay? They really just need us to love them. And they will learn from our love to love themselves and to put back into themselves. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say? That's it. They're re-emphasizing that you are protected, you are safe, you have nothing to fear. So I'll just hear that again. Emphasize they are safe. And so you are safe. There's nothing to fear. We have done this many times. The star seeds that are here on the planet right now, who are remembering who they are extremely powerful and experienced. I feel that so strongly. And there are many who have been awakening for years, you guys, ahead of the collective. This is wisdom, and it's love. And it's so that we can hold sacred space for all who are ready in the womb, okay? In the womb of the heart of our mother. So you are safe to do this. We are here. If you need assistance, reach out. We are praying for everyone. This is going to be an amazing process. Yeah, I'm hearing good things about it. Like, we will do better this time than we've done even in times past. We're getting good at this, okay? So, yeah, take that for what it is. That's good. So, yeah, I'm asking them, do they want to say anything else? That's it? Okay, that's it. They love you. Bye, guys.